All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Closer's Corner podcast. My name is Greg Simpson. I'm your host, as always. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you guys. It was brought up this morning, actually, here in the office. How fast can we close a private money / hard money loan? And so maybe I should get Maria to come up here and talk about it, but I think I can answer on her behalf this morning. She's got a closing trying to happen this morning, and it has been a thing. All right, so this question gets asked a lot to us, especially when we're getting leads off of our Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. How fast can you guys close? And to be perfectly frank and perfectly honest, how fast can you get your stuff together is what we always come back to you. And the thing is that depending on the deal and depending on you and your experience, your credit, your organizational skills, if you will, is going to depend tremendously on how fast we can close your deal. And so we won't name any names on this podcast ever, but we've had borrowers who literally take us days and sometimes over a week to just get back generic documents such as an operating agreement, their driver's licenses, basic information on the property, on themselves, their companies, and stuff like that. So that obviously pushes the ball and the closing date way out. And some people have their operating agreements filled out wrong. They buy it off of Rocket Lawyer or some dipshit website that you paid $3 for to get your operating agreement, which is to protect your ass if you ever get sued or your partners ever want to try and take your stuff or screw you out of your business, right? Don't pay $3 for that, or don't pay $200 for that. Pay a few $1,000s to have a real attorney write up your what should be about a 30 to 50 page operating agreement. It's not supposed to be a 1-page, 2-page document. I don't really want to go down that rabbit hole like I typically do. But having your documents properly put together, because the underwriters are going to destroy that if you don't have your stuff together properly. So make sure you have a proper operating agreement, that everyone has signed it, dated it properly. Make sure that it spells out percentages clearly. Make sure that you have a good insurance agent ready to go on your end, because one of the biggest things we have hangups on is people not getting the right insurance because their insurance carriers don't understand the exact terminology that we are looking for on the underwriting side to make sure that our money is protected, our lending partners' money is protected. We have to make sure that you have the proper insurance on it. So having a good insurance person that knows what they're doing helps a lot. And sometimes the ones we use, we're familiar with, sometimes there are conditions that have to get met that are just kind of wonky, and it takes time. So to long-winded answer for your question, our average we're seeing right now is about 30 days to get a loan closed. Now, it seems like it's a long time, but there are a lot of things that are out of our hands, like a few of those things that I just talked about. But if you have your ducks in a row, you have everything that we need. You upload all your documents from the moment we send you to our portal to upload those documents. And once all those documents are uploaded and done, the process can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks if everything is done properly and you get everything to us in a timely manner. It's a much faster process than you would think. So, one thing I want to stress too is that, yes, you do need to have your credit pulled in this. So a lot of people have hemmed and hawed about wanting to let us pull their credit. Well, your credit is what helps base your interest percentage on. So you need to be prepared for a lot of these things. Now, our loan officers are going to tell you all these things up front, but you have to be prepared to have your credit pulled. Now, granted, you've seen advertisements from us and from everyone else that no credit needed. Well, it doesn't mean that we aren't going to pull your credit. And most every hard money lender out there does this. I'm not talking about straight up private money, but hard money like us that uses institutional backing for our loans. We want to pull your credit for a couple of reasons. One, we want to know you're not a dirtbag, and you can actually pay your bills. Because more importantly, the deal does qualify you getting funding, but the funding still is going to be based on your credit, on what your interest rate is going to be. Your experience is going to be based on your points. So don't think that if you're brand new and you got a 580 credit score, you're going to get, the advertised 7.99% interest. Those people that get that have 800 plus credit scores. They've been doing it a long time, and their points are much lower because they have experience. They have a track record of proving to us and to our institutional lenders that they actually turn profits on their deals. I don't care if you've done 5 deals and you lost money on all 5. I'm not lending you money. That does not mean you have experience doing deals, because you've got to make money. So you've got to be ready to have your credit pulled. So if you don't have good credit, that was interesting. If you don't have good credit and you're afraid of that doing a deal, then you might want to go try and find real private money. I'm not going to go down that. Nope. Experienced people that lend money know what I was going to say there. Let's see here. What are the things? What am I missing, Maria?
Let's see, articles.
Yep, articles of incorporation, correct. Yep.
We need assets, so we cannot take screenshots of your bank account information. We actually need all the pages.
Yes.
For your either.
You're gonna have to log into Wells Fargo and Chase and actually download the PDFs and upload all 18 pages of them. Yep. Yes, we need all that documentation, guys. Like this.
For a cash or refinance, we're gonna need the payoff letter. We cannot take just the amount.
Yep.
We need the actual letter from the bank.
Yep.
What else?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you've got to be, the faster we get those documents from you, the faster we can close, because the faster we have time to review all of your docs, all of your everything that goes into this. Again, we have a master checklist for you guys. The faster you get that stuff in there and the faster it's accurate and it's good and it's done well, the faster we can move the process forward. So a lot of times we get raked over the coals, by whoever, and that's not us. I'm talking about hard money lenders in general get raked over the coals because, oh my God, it took 25 days to close my loan, or 28 days. Well, that's not our fault. We're trying our damnedest. We've been here. I mean, I know Maria, Matt, Michael, and Damien have been here till 8, 9 o'clock some nights trying to get these deals to the closing table, to make sure that the borrowers are getting us the proper documentation, helping them understand what those conditional approvals are and what they need to do to clear those conditions. What that means is basically underwriters come back and say they have questions about some of the documents that you may have submitted and they want it to say it a certain way. And things change every day, guys. Like, that's the other part that we can't control. We are using Wall Street institutional funding on the back end of these deals so that, one, either they'll fund the deals for us, or two, we fund them and then they buy the notes off of us, and they have very strict guidelines to make sure that we can get our money back so we can lend you again in 2 months when you sell your deal, or 3 months when you sell your deal, or the next person in line gets their deal funded. And the faster you get that stuff to us, the faster we can close. So I love it when, it's funny, like when I first became a borrower for hard money way back in the day, I used to get the same answers, and I used to get so pissed off. Oh, we can close anywhere between 2 and 3 weeks, sometimes as long as 4. I'm like, that's bullshit. I've been told by my master mentors and that a hard money lender should be able to close in 10 to 14 days. Well, yes, some of them can, but most of them can't, because guys like me, I didn't have my shit together when I first started this 7, 8 years ago, when I first started borrowing hard money. And I've been saying this for a long time. Hard money is hard to get. There is still a lot of conditions that you have to meet to get that money. The property is not the only determining factor. You are too. I wish I had one of my other hard money lending partners sit next to me today, and we would talk about the horror stories that I've heard from them about even when they did all the dotting of the I's, crossing of the T's, how many times they still got screwed because the borrower ended up being a dirtbag, not paying it. And the worst part is, as a hard money lender, if we write a bad loan to a bad person, they'd have clawbacks, would basically make us pay back all the fees and they will basically make us buy back that note if it was a really shitty deal, and if we've already lent that money out, hard money lenders are screwed. Now, we've never had that happen yet, but it will happen at some point. But I've heard other hard money lenders who literally the borrower was like A+, and they stop paying, clawback starts happening. So there's a reason that it takes sometimes longer than you've been conditioned to believe it's going to take because of some seminar you took or some YouTube video you watched. It is not just every hard money lender is going to close in 10 to 14 days. Have we closed that fast? Yes, we have. We actually closed a deal again a year and a half ago. In 3 days we did, because we underwrote the deal really, really quickly. We used our own funds for that deal. Those are rare occasions, though. Most often it's going to take around 21 to 25 days, upwards of 30, to actually get the deal closed, whether that's a traditional bridge loan. Those are typically a little bit faster. It's the cash out refis, and it's the long-term 30-year products that take a little bit longer. They're taking 30 days or closer to that. So like, it's just going to vary, guys. Get your ducks in a row. Make sure you have everything ready to go for your hard money lender, whether it's us or somebody else, to make sure that you do not have any delays, because you probably told those sellers, oh, I can cash and quick close. Well, if you don't have your stuff lined up with your hard money lender, do not be promising that, because you're going to need extensions. You're going to need you're going to have delays, and then it makes you look like the clown of the week. So if you found value in today's podcast today, guys, please make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you might be listening or watching this podcast. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Closers Corner podcast.